In the busy heart of an old Nigerian town, hidden between spice shops and fabric stalls, stood a tiny, almost forgotten shop. Its sign read, Okon's Timepieces, more than just time. Inside, the shop smelled of sandalwood and old paper. Clocks of every kind ticked in harmony, wall clocks, pocket watches, even strange ones shaped like animals. But these were not ordinary clocks. Each one had a secret power. One evening, a young girl named Maya wandered in. She wasn't looking for a clock, she had been chasing the sound of music that seemed to float in the air. When she entered, her eyes fell on a small clock shaped like a drum. It beat softly, like a heart. Okon, the old clockmaker, smiled. That one doesn't tell time, he said gently. It tells truth. Whoever owns it will always hear the true rhythm of people's heart. Maya took the drum clock home. The very next day, she discovered something strange. Whenever someone lied near her, the drum clock gave a sharp clang. And when someone spoke from the heart, it played a soft, sweet melody. From that day, Maya's life changed. She used the clock to help her village. She uncovered tricksters, guided lost friends, and revealed kindness in people who were often overlooked. But one day, the drum clock suddenly fell silent. Confused, Maya rushed back to Okon's shop. The old man was waiting for her, as if he already knew. You've learned the lesson, he said. The clock only awakened what was already inside you. Before Maya could speak, loud shouting came from the market outside. People were accusing each other of stealing. She ran out and stood in the crowd. Closing her eyes, she listened, not to their words, but to the rhythm in their voices. One man's tone trembled, not with anger but with guilt. Maya pointed at him softly. Return what you took. The man froze, then slowly pulled the stolen jewelry from under his robe. The market gasped, but Maya's voice carried no judgment, only calm truth. That night, under the quiet moon, Maya realized the gift was not about exposing lies, it was about helping people face their own hearts. But soon, her gift became a burden. Word spread, and people came day and night, knocking on her door. Some begged, others demanded. They wanted her to solve their arguments, find thieves, and settle every quarrel. Maya grew tired. She felt drained and lonely. One night, as she sat outside her house looking at the moon, she whispered, Why me? Why must I carry this weight? Then she heard footsteps. A young man stood before her, holding a small wooden flute. He was tall, with kind eyes, and introduced himself as Chiki, a traveler who played music for food and shelter. I've been watching you, he said softly. You give so much to others, but who listens to you? When Chiki played his flute, Maya felt peace for the first time in weeks. He didn't ask her for answers. He only listened, and in return gave her music and comfort. Over time, Chiki became her friend. One night, Maya told him everything, about the drum clock, about Okon, and about the silence that followed. Chiki listened and said, maybe the gift wasn't meant to make you carry everyone's pain. Maybe it was meant to teach you balance, truth for others, but also truth for yourself. Maya thought about his words for many days. Slowly, she began to change. She stopped trying to solve every problem. Instead, she taught people how to listen to one another. She showed them how silence and patience often revealed more than arguments. Soon, the village grew calmer. People no longer depended on Maya alone, they learned to trust their own hearts. One morning, Maya went back to Okon's shop. But it was gone. No walls, no door, just wildflowers growing where it once stood. On the ground lay a small golden watch, ticking softly. On its back were carved the words, Time moves on. But truth remains in those who live it. Maya smiled, and placed the watch close to her heart, and walked back to Chiki, who was waiting with his flute. Together, they set off down the road, not as a girl burdened by a gift, but as a young woman who had learned to live it. And though Okon was never seen again, people whispered that in some faraway village, his shop had appeared once more, waiting for the next soul ready to learn. A brief lesson here says, true gifts are not about carrying the weight of the world. They are about balance, listening, loving, and teaching others to find their own truth. Thanks for joining us at Mimie's TaleTime, where stories turn alive. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Do well to hit the notification bell so you'll always be notified when the next tale begins. Until then, keep the stories alive.